Time to go 4 downs here on Unsportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance. A reminder of something more important than any football we could talk about, any nonsense we could talk about, and that is V-Week and what the V Foundation is doing. V-Week is almost over, but there's still time to help the V Foundation achieve the victory over cancer. Go to v.org/donate now. For the next 2 days only, every gift from the V Foundation up to $1 million will be matched by Principal and the Principal Foundation. Give today, and your impact will be doubled. 100% of your donation goes directly to life-saving cancer research. That's v.org/donate. Thank you for supporting the V Foundation. And now somebody who's raised over $30,000 this year for the V Foundation by running the New York City Marathon, Michelle Smallman. That's 4 downs.
First down.
First down, guys. Browns versus the Bears. The Bears need to bounce back after that tough loss against the Green Bay Packers. What a shame. But is Myles Garrett and this Browns team the perfect trap game for Chicago, CC?
Yeah, I will say this. Shedeur Sanders shreds man coverage, and the Chicago Bears run a hell of a lot of it. They're in the top 10. So I think that if the Chicago Bears team isn't careful, knowing Shedeur Sanders and how he's seemingly built on performances week over week over week, this is one of those games they got to watch out for. The Cleveland Browns have all of the elements that it takes. They can force turnovers on the defensive side of the ball. Myles Garrett is an absolute game wrecker. Caleb Williams has thrown interceptions in back-to-back games. He's never done it in 3 straight games, but the Cleveland Browns defense has the kind of talent, has the kind of scheme that can give them some problems. So, yeah, this is a game that the Chicago Bears have to be really, really careful for. They had a disappointing loss on the road in Lambeau in the division. They're looking ahead to that rematch in Week 16. Don't overlook the Cleveland Browns.
If Ben Johnson is who we think Ben Johnson is, and he's been phenomenal as Bears head coach, you don't lose a game like this. You lost the Packers game. It was an emotional loss. The weird handshake at the end, which we know is caused by him because he's the one who called out LaFleur, the quick handshake. You don't lose a game like this. You make the game back. And I think the fact that the Browns beat the Packers earlier this season could be a little bit of a good kind of information, or good information to give your team. Like, hey, the team you just lost to the team we're playing right now. They can beat us because they beat them. That's not really how it works. But that's a great, it's a storyline.
It's an easy sell.
It's an easy sell. It's Mike Vrabel this week. Oh, we're the underdogs. Like they've won 10 in a row. You're 11-2. You're not actually an underdog, but you need something. And I would think that that's kind of something that they could do. I anticipate this being a game where Shedeur plays well, Browns play well, Bears win the game, and Bears get back on track.
Okay, next one.
Second down.
We're talking scenarios with second down, so stick with me, guys. Ravens, Bengals. The 6-7 Baltimore Ravens are. Go ahead, Evan. 6-7. You want to do that? They're 6-7.
Oh, you just did it.
Okay. The Ravens are 6-7.
Why do I need to do it? You did it.
They're one, because I know you always love the opportunity. Baltimore's 1 game behind Pittsburgh in the division. They have 4 games to play. The Bengals are sitting there at 4-9, and their playoff hopes are very slim. So after facing the Bengals, Baltimore will host New England and play at Green Bay before the end of the season at Pittsburgh. That's the finale. Cincinnati needs to win out and hope that both Baltimore and Pittsburgh falter down the stretch. Evco, you're shaking your head. Which team do you have more faith in, the Ravens or the Bengals?
Come on, the Ravens. It's not even close. And I understand that the Bengals beat the Ravens. I don't care. The Bengals are out. They're done. They're awful right now in terms of their record. They lost a ton of games without Joe Burrow. And the reality is this week is going to be a really monumental week in the future of Joe Burrow. We are going to look back at the sound we played the other day where he's talking about not having fun as a turning point for his career. Could he walk away after the season? It's not off the table. Could he potentially want to go somewhere else after the season? Not off the table. Could he force Cincinnati to do things in a different way moving forward? Not off the table, but that doesn't mean you're going to be better this year. I assume things are going to go the other direction for them now. I'll take the Ravens, and I have more faith in the Ravens.
I struggle with saying I have faith in the Ravens.
Yep.
But I don't have any belief in the Cincinnati Bengals either. What's interesting about what you just said, Ev, is all of those things about Cincy are true. But if Cincy wins this game on Sunday, then we're going to have a hell of a lot of questions about the Baltimore Ravens.
Well, that's right.
We're going to have a lot of questions. This is a team that has 9 turnovers since week 11. Last 4 weeks, 9 turnovers, including 5 on Thanksgiving night to the Cincinnati Bengals. So they have not been right. Lamar Jackson hasn't been right. He doesn't look healthy. They've had to deal with a lot of injuries on the defensive side of the ball. The running game isn't what we've known the Baltimore Ravens ground game to be in years past. I just don't have any degree of confidence in the Baltimore Ravens being able to get on a roll and get back into the division race. So, yeah, I guess the long-winded way of saying I don't believe in either one of these teams that are going to face off in Cincinnati this weekend.
Just to put this out there, after the Ravens, the Bengals have the Dolphins, the Cardinals, and the Browns.
Yeah, and to put this out there, after the Bengals, the Ravens have the Patriots, the Packers, and the Steelers in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
And to put this out there, the Dolphins are looking forward to playing the Bengals on December 21st. So it works both ways in this spot.
I'm just saying, it is a long shot, certainly, but it's not off the board that the Bengals could win out and you could see Pittsburgh and Baltimore falter.
No.
A lot has to happen,
No.
but it's on the board.
I refuse to believe that could happen.
Okay, you're taking it off the board, but it's on the board.
Yeah, for the Pittsburgh part. Pittsburgh is going to win the division. Pittsburgh is going to win the division. That's
You want
it.
to put some money on it? Because, you know, there's a lot of missing fines in the bad take jar from one Evan Cohen. It's about time he pays up.
Can I ask you a question?
I paid $20 a couple weeks ago.
Does your opinion about Pittsburgh winning the division change if the Miami Dolphins beat the Steelers this weekend and the Bengals beat the Ravens?
No, that would be a huge help. That's a savior. That's the wrong scenario that would get me nervous. The scenario that would get me nervous is if the Ravens beat the Bengals and the Dolphins beat the Steelers, because then the Ravens would take back the division, wouldn't they not? Would they not?
No,
record-wise?
I'm talking about Cincinnati.
Right, Cincinnati's off the board for me. They're done.
Okay.
I won't even acknowledge that they make the playoffs.
Okay,
For
all right.
me, I know
Excellent.
you
All right,
feel
all right.
differently about that.
No, I felt differently before Joe Burrow threw those 2 picks in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. That game is. I say that there's some significant historical games of the last decade plus in the NFL. I think the last game Rodgers against the Lions was so significant because it was his last game for the Packers, but
Yeah.
it was the birth of the Lions in many ways.
Yeah.
The Patriots-Chiefs AFC Championship game, the passing of the torch. I can't get over now this fourth quarter between the Bills and the Bengals.
snow game.
The snow game.
Yeah.
Was that the end of Burrow's career?
I don't even want to put that into the.
No, I understand that, but it is.
I know.
This week
I don't
is
like it.
significant with him.
They
Big
better
time.
find a way to find some joy for him.
Yes.
They better. That puts a ton of pressure
Trainer
on
of the Warriors.
That puts a ton of pressure on Cincinnati to go out there and win. Okay, next one.
Next one.
Third down.
Raiders at Eagles. Cece, if the Eagles lose to the Raiders, what are you going to say about this team on Monday?
Cancel Christmas. no Christmas in Philadelphia. The Grinch came and stole Christmas.
Does Santa go there after he was pelted with snowballs?
Santa is not coming to Philadelphia if the Philadelphia Eagles lose to the Raiders.
Coal for
no
everybody?
shot. Yeah, exactly. But put batteries in the snowballs and start throwing them at the Eagles players.
Wow. Oh, my God.
You know, like that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna take it back to the vet stadium. How the Eagles fans used to get rowdy in there when their team sucked.
Billy, do not get any ideas here.
There's no world that exists where the Eagles can lose to the Raiders. It just cannot happen. The Raiders are literally a one-man band. It is the Brock Bowers show. You better not let Kenny Pickett roll up in there and beat you. No shot.
That would be 4 in a row that they've lost.
Very simply, small as that going into every